Yeah, I think our identity. I mean, it wasn't discovered in spring ball. It wasn't discovered, in player-led practices as to what kind of physicality that we were going to bring. Or I think over the course of the next month, we're going to have a pretty damn good idea of what that's going to look like. And I think as we continue through non-conference play, we're going to really fine-tune that. And whatever it is, I mean, we're well aware that this team is different. This team is going to maybe do things better, or we're going to have a different identity than last season. But whatever that is, our culture will remain the same. And I just think it's a little early for that right now, but I'm excited to see what it is.
Two-part question, Eric. First part is the impact that your coach from high school, Jason Krause, how do you help you to mold you into the player that you are today? And then the second part of it is, do you still keep in contact with him to this day?
Yeah, I talk to him a lot still right now, and him like being like my coach, he just like expected me to be perfect, and pretty much he was just a great coach and someone to pay attention to everything they're telling you, and to it makes you. He's just a great coach, and he made me better for sure.
We haven't seen what the schedules are going to be then. We don't know what the league is going to look like then. Are we going to have different divisions or no divisions or what are we doing? So there's a lot of questions that need to be answered by the conference office on where we're going. And like I said up on the dais, I'm excited about it. I mean, I think it's not. We're not going backwards. We're not going back to 10 teams. We're not going back to 8 league games. So wherever we're going to go, we need to embrace it and create plans as coaches to be able to make it be efficient and then be successful.
Good morning, Al.
Yeah.
Just to get a couple details on that. First off, did they text you the night before, tell you they were coming the night before? They just knocked on the door?
No, they text me, whenever the game was over.
Remember which one?
What's that?
Do you remember which player texted you?
Well, there was several, but Jalen Williams was one of them as well. Jack Tuttle, Cam was involved in that. Micah McFadden was involved in that, to be honest with you. Because Micah loves Indiana. Cam Jones. To me, Tywan Mullen. I would say probably the leader texting me was Cam. And it was multiple guys. And
So it wasn't just one guy saying.
no. Now more showed up than that text me, but which I'm fine with. And see, and how it's interesting how things have changed. So, because of the world we live in now with the transfer portal, okay, and then you got the guys that want to decide about do I go to the NFL or not. We've used that the day after that game now to try and balance between meeting with those guys, going out to recruit, and then being able to help those parents. We actually had a morning where we had NFL scouts there, okay, meeting with families, talking about the draft process, okay. So that was all going on at that same time, and then these guys wanted to come meet with me, and so I was fired up, because to me it's the whole player led. It's everything that we've been talking about. It's like that's a powerful thing when guys say, "Coach, we need to meet, and we want to talk about next season."
We really don't talk about that. It's we flip the calendar in January, and more importantly, we flip our team. Like you lose a lot of guys, so really proud of what our guys did last year, and I'm proud of the guys on our team now that help make that a reality. And the good thing is, what won't change, I don't think, the guys that were on the team last year are going to help educate our guys this year as it starts getting tough. And to me, the story of last year is the way the guys persevered through 3 tough calendar weeks. It was 2 losses, but it was 3 calendar weeks, which felt like 3 months. But the attitude and the way those guys kept pushing, that drove it home. But we lost some good players off that ball club, so we got some work to do there. But the whole idea is for all of us to get better, and hopefully, if we do that, we'll have a chance to be somewhere special in December. But I look out at our division right now; it's extremely competitive, all the way across.
And there could have been maybe 30, 40 other guys, just as good, in terms of ability and just how they conduct themselves. It's just been a tremendous off season. Right from the very beginning, our guys have attacked everything, and every day, just along the way, I've just felt like, "How you doing? We're good." and we're getting better every day. That's a good feeling. And now we're honing in on the finishing up our trip of Michigan, and then getting ready to start training camp. But it's been a tremendous off season. Maybe to your point, I mean, I worry about things, but with this team, I worry less. They do right. You know, they're very respectful. I would even go as far as to say this is the most respectful and most well-mannered team I've ever coached. And I don't take maybe just a little bit of credit for that. I mean, that's the parents and families. But great group to be around every single day. Yeah, that's probably the best part of my job. I get to be around this staff and these players every single day. In my opinion, it needs communication. We need to talk about it. It's too big an issue to not give real serious consideration to. And I think, you know, that's what kind of person would you be if you didn't stand up for what you believe in and didn't fight tooth and nail for it. So, yeah, I believe in letting the unborn be born.
Efficiency or productivity or whatever. But for me, it's just kind of how I'm wired, I guess. I want to make the tackle every single play, and if it's not me, why isn't it me? I guess that's kind of the mindset I'd have, and the only reason I have that mindset is because I want to be able to make the play. So then I have full confidence in knowing that that ball carrier is not going to get more than 3 or 4 yards on every single snap. Like, I just want to go do it. I'm a kind of a do-it-myselfer, but that's not the right mindset to have when you are playing on a football team. You got to be a team guy, and I want to put my defensive linemen and secondary in the best position they can to make the play before me. But at the same time, I kind of have that selfish ambition. I want to see if I can get to the ball first.
I love change, right? Comfort is the enemy of progress. I like the change. You're either opportunistic about change or you're complaining about change. And you could see when that happened, everybody got really excited or they got really mad on one way or another, right? Because it's a drastic change. But as I said before, I look at it through a Minnesota lens. And when you look at it as head coaches, you start with your program and how does it make your program better. I don't necessarily think it changes like a recruiting model, because kids can watch any game anywhere in the country from their phones these days, stream everything, and find information faster than you and I can do together. So, but the alumni base on our West Coast, our fan base, the way to be able to span West Coast to East Coast, the blueprint of the Big Ten being nationwide now. I think that's all positive for the Big Ten. I think that's all positive for our student athletes with NIL as we keep going down that road. So I was really excited to hear about it.